Well, the case was due to start here this morning at 10:15, and there was a delay, we were told by the legal teams, for technical difficulties. At 11 o'clock, the legal teams and the judge came back into court. Stuart Hazell stood in the dock. Lord Carlisle asked that the jury be brought in. Lord Carlisle, Stuart Hazell's defence barrister. The jury came in and he asked that the indictment, the charge, be put to Stuart Hazell again, the murder charge of Tia Sharp. At that point, it was put to him again. There was a pause as he stood in the dock. He then said, guilty. At that point, there were some gasps and cries from the public gallery where Tia Sharp's family have been sitting. At that point, Lord Carlisle said that Stuart Hazell believed that he could no longer put Tia Sharp's family through the distress and upset that he had so far, and that he wanted to change his plea to guilty. So a week into this trial, as the prosecution case was closing, Stuart Hazell has changed his plea.
And Daniela, interesting he should make that point, because some of the evidence put forward so far has been clearly very distressing.
Yes, exactly, Adam, and it was going to get worse, to be honest. Today we were anticipating hearing from scientific and forensic experts about some of the images that were found on Stuart Hazell's computer and phone, some of the web searches he'd done, and also about some of the blood that had been found at the scene. So clearly this was not going to get any easier at all for Tia Sharp's parents, grandparents and the rest of her extended family that are here. And Lord Carlisle, Stuart Hazell's barrister, said at this stage, coming up to a year after her body was found, a week into the trial, it was at this stage that Stuart Hazell believed that he could not go on. He needed to change his plea to guilty and admit what he had done.
And Daniela, what happens now?
Well, we are anticipating sentencing, of course. There are now legal discussions going on inside the courtroom. As you can imagine, this has taken everyone rather by surprise, including the prosecution team. So, as I left court, there were a number of discussions going on about sentencing with the judge, and we'll anticipate that we'll get greater guidance on that in the next hour or so.